The last few days, we've been covering the Woody Allen movie being shot at various Rhode Island locations. This week's edition of the Providence Business News includes a story about the economic benefit to the state when a movie is made here. Mark Murphy is the paper's editor. The story in the paper includes results of a study on those economic benefits done a few years ago by one of the professors at URI, which we'll get to in just a moment. But in terms of the Woody Allen movie, first of all, before we go more general on films being shot here, we can already see the benefits, it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, you've got anywhere from 200 to 300 crew and extras being hired for a movie. You have obviously the services, the food, the hotels, and all those things. I mean, movies coming here do create an economic return.
And it's all because of that tax credit, the film tax credit, which has been controversial at times.
Well, it's interesting. States across the country have been instituting tax credits for the film industry, and there's a lot of, you have to be careful not to get to that race to the bottom thing where you give out more and more and more just to get the industry to come in. But there's a sense that the qualifications for the Rhode Island tax credit, the cap that is in existence every year, it brings a certain kind of movie. Transformers is not going to be filmed here. Big budget movies like that, the tax credit won't have any effect on. But for a Woody Allen movie and for something like Sunrise Kingdom, which got a lot of critical response, those kinds of movies fit in really nicely here.
Moonrise Kingdom, I think was the name of that movie,
That's right, Moonrise Kingdom.
Sunrise Show, Moonrise Kingdom. There you go. The study we alluded to is from URI professor Ed Mazie. It came out a couple of years ago, and some of the points of that study include the fact that you get an $8 return in Mazie's view for every $1 spent. He calls it a marketable instrument in terms of transferring the tax credits or selling them, as is often the case. And he quotes that it's excellent for the Rhode Island economy. I think in part because so many of the colleges and universities here have courses, majors on filmmaking and related industries that a lot of students might benefit.
We have a very vibrant creative economy, and this is a part of the creative industry. The other thing that the tax credit does, it allows a certain amount of certainty and development of an industry to exist. So if the nature of filming is you go from one project to the next and you're not sure what's going to happen next. But if you have this credit in place, at least you figure you can create a pipeline, and that supports the people and these programs at the universities that allow this industry to at least develop and maintain and hopefully grow over time.
There's much more about all of this in today's Providence Business News, print version and online. And Mark Murphy, we thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Frank.